Back to the channel. This is KDS Reviews. Today we're going to talk about time travel movies. This is an interesting genre that I really like. Let's talk about some of the best ones in my opinion. Let's start off with Star Trek, The Voyage Home. This is a actual continuous storyline from the search for Spock, where they rescued Spock. He died in Wrath of Khan, and then they were able to regenerate his body and bring him back. But on that movie, they broke a lot of the Federation rules, and they'll have to come back to Earth and deal with some of the things that they caused. And then when they get back there, they find out there's an alien probe that's about to destroy the Earth. But they need a signal from a certain type of creature that no longer exists. Now, in their present time, the whales have been extinct, so they have to go back in time to get whales, and they come back to a modern-day San Francisco. They have a lot of hijinks because, of course, they're way from the future. It's a pretty good movie right here. It was also directed by Leonard Nimoy. That's Star Trek, A Voyage Home. Up next, we got a Denzel Washington special, Deja Vu. This is about this crime-fighting team that has made this machine where they can actually see and prevent crimes before they actually happen by going back in time. He doesn't figure that out, but when he does, it causes a lot of problems. Also co-stars the late Val Kilmer. That's Deja Vu, starring Denzel Washington. Up next is a classic here from the 80s. That's Time After Time, starring Michael McDowell and Mary Steenburgen. Now, we talked about this movie in some of my really earlier shows as part of our little watch club. This is a story of Jack the Ripper, played by David Warner. He goes back, he steals H.G. Wells' time machine, and he comes back to current time. And here's another time machine that he actually goes and follows him, and they find out that the world today is more liking to Jack the Ripper's story. This is another excellent, gripping thriller right here. Really good acting here by Malcolm McDowell. That's Time After Time. Here's one, not a movie, but it was a TV series. It was a short-lived series. It was based off of a book, and it really didn't get a conclusion. Matter of fact, I bought the book just to find out what happened. That's Flash Forward. This is the story of, at one point, for 1 minute and 37 seconds, everyone in the world blacks out. They see different things in the future. It goes from, let's see, 6 months ahead. Some of them see themselves with a different spouse. Some of them seeing themselves returning back to their vices like alcoholism. And a couple of people don't see anything at all, which means they are dead. Now, they go around and they get some of the security cameras off of some of these businesses, and they find out not everyone blacked out. This is a really good show. I mean, really good show. We don't understand. I guess people just didn't like that type of science fiction. Yeah, like I said, we didn't get a conclusion to it, so I bought the book to find out what happened, and it was kind of crazy when you find out what really happened. Because in one of these little security cameras, they find out not everyone blacked out. That's Flash Forward. Here's another one. Time Machine, starring Guy Pearce. Let's read what it says. It says, desperate to alter the course of time, a visionary scientist invents a revolutionary machine that propels him 800,000 years into the future. Where there he discovers the humans have evolved into two groups, the hunters and the hunted. Now he must fight to save himself and all of mankind in a final desperate battle. Stars Guy Pearce, another underrated actor. If you want to see a lot of Guy Pearce, check out Memento, another time-traveling movie. That's The Time Traveler. Here are two classics, two to me, which are the best time-traveling movies of all time. Terminator, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original, directed by James Cameron, starring Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, and of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This movie right here put Schwarzenegger on the map. Now, originally, they wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger to be the hero, but after some of the test scenes, they realized he would be better off as the villain. He goes, the world is enslaved by Skynet, and they have to go back in time to kill John Connor to keep this from happening. It's an excellent movie right here. I mean, excellent. Even for that time period, good, groundbreaking science fiction film. That's The Terminator, followed by its equally greater sequel, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now, which time-traveling movie do I think is the best? To me, this is the best. Matter of fact, this series, there's not a bad movie in it completely. That's Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox. Now, what's interesting about this movie is this movie actually was filmed just about all the way to the end with another actor named Eric Stoltz. They did the whole with the same actors. Everyone was the same. And right in post-production, the director, Robert Zemeckis, thought, this isn't working. Something about this movie is not right. So he recast the movie with Michael J. Fox. Now, Michael J. Fox was in the TV show Family Ties at that time. So what he was doing was, in the daytime, he would film Family Ties. Then at night, he'd go back and film Back to the Future. Now, that's not a bad movie in this entire sequence right here. So somewhere in the world, there's actually a copy of Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz and not Michael J. Fox, which to me, this is the greatest the best time-traveling movies of all time. That's Back to the Future. Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. If you want to see some more time-traveling movies, there's one called The Final Countdown about an aircraft carrier that goes back in time to prevent the bombing of Pearl Harbor and what happens, and do they prevent it? Just go down in this description below. It'll take you to an Amazon link where you can purchase this movie. And remember, as an Amazon associate, I qualify from every qualifying purchases. This is KDS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.